I'm Keena, and today I decided to make a short video so I can read you some of my poetry. Um, I'd like to share some of my poems with whoever wants to listen to this. But before I tell you about my poetry, or before I get into the poetry, I would just like to tell you about how I got to where I am and what's brought me here. So, a few years ago, I was homeless, and during that time, I was wandering from borough to borough, trying to access services, housing advice, etc. And one of the places where I ended up sleeping was actually just outside of a library. And in night time, it had a shelter, so it would shelter me from the rain and the snow. But in the daytime, I was there and I was reading and I was writing from morning till evening and from open till close. And I found it a kind of safe haven for me, a saving grace for me at that particular time. I started I've started writing poetry a little while before that, or quite a long time before that. But in terms of the type of poetry that I was writing and expressing myself when I didn't really have anywhere else to go to express myself, or to evaluate my feelings and my emotions at that particular time, then the library was actually really a great place for me to go at that particular time. And it just so happened that every week they would have a group of people that would meet and write poetry together and share their ideas, share their poems within this group. So when I found that group, I was very happy. I was very pleased that there was an interactive space for me to express my creativity and my thoughts at that particular time. It also ended up being an outlet for me and a place which was different from homeless shelters or homeless services. So I could completely forget. Could completely put that to one side, put my homelessness aside, and just focus on something quite positive, something creative, and it was just I found it a really great group for me at that particular time of my life. It's helped me develop my poetry, and it's given me food for thought. So that was a few years ago. I eventually ended up being placed in a women's shelter after a period of me being street homeless. And I was placed there temporarily. I was there for nearly 3 years. And about 1 year into me living at this women's shelter, I ended up feeling very depressed, and I kind of spiraled into a downward mood, and I was in a very low place during that time. I found a lot of problems living there. So I eventually ended up feeling very depressed. I reached out to my doctor, and luckily for me, I was able to get therapy and was able to get antidepressants. But even with that, I ended up actually having a bit of an episode, and I was placed in a mental health hospital for nearly a month. And I found that another reason why I should be writing, why I should be exploring poetry or anything creative for that matter. And I was lucky that I did actually have support around that. So I know that there's a lot of people that don't have that sort of support and aren't able to access professional medical services to help them in that way, which is unfortunate. But I would definitely suggest, if you can, some sort of creative outlet to be able to funnel your feelings and your thoughts and your ideas into that, and to actually come out with something positive, to come out with something productive that you've made from yourself and from your own emotions, however deep they might be, however low your moods might be. It's definitely a way to just express yourself, whether you choose to keep it to yourself or you choose to share it with others. That's completely your choice, but I think the fact that you're able to do something like that, whether it's art, music, literature, poems, whatever you find works for you, I think it's just a great start for your mental health. And for those who are living homeless or who have some sort of problems perhaps at home, or whatever problems they might have, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's helped me a great deal. to help me understand myself and my own feelings. But basically the reason why I've told you that is because I wanted to kind of give you a background into how I've now gotten to the point where I'm willing to share my poetry with others via this media. So however short, however simple, however humble this video may be, or my poetry may be, it's just a step in what I consider in the right direction, and it's a new beginning for me to share it on this platform. And it's just brought me my sanity. It's good to have a place to be able to do that, and I hope it brings comfort to other people. And I hope if anyone is listening that does have these sort of problems, I think, I would hope that you could get something from this video. And I'll just read you one of the poems that I've written in the last few days, and it's called Beginnings, because I think it's like I said, it's a new beginning for me, and hopefully for some other people as well that are out there. So this is called Beginnings. We all must start somewhere, whether others have or have not been there. We all must start somewhere, even if others seem not to care. It's a journey that eventually we must take. It may lead us on a new path to our fate. What comes, we do not know, whether we stay as we are or we choose to go. To start a new beginning is to give ourselves a chance to step forward in life's rhythmic dance. To begin is to enter a new phase, perhaps to get lost in the confusion of this maze. To start anew is to start afresh, to picture achievement and nothing less. Our vision is wide, clear, with no limitations, a chance to attempt all our humble creations. Every so often, it's time for us to adapt, to embrace freedom and wisdom and reduce feeling trapped. Beginnings come to teach us to learn and remind us that there's a page to turn. We all must start somewhere, inspire ourselves and eliminate our fears. We all must start somewhere to relieve ourselves of the burdens that we bear. So that was my poem. It's called Beginnings. And have a good week. I hope you have a good week, and thank you for watching.